Welcome music lovers. Today we explore the remarkable life and tragic death of Duane Allman, the legendary guitarist of the Allman Brothers Band. From his early days shaping the southern rock genre to his soaring performances on iconic tracks, Duane's influence remains profound. So let's dive in. Duane Allman, born Howard Duane Allman on November 20, 1946 in Nashville, Tennessee, in the United States of America. Born to parents Willis Allman and Geraldine Allman, Duane grew up alongside his younger brother, Greg Allman, born on December 8, 1947. Willis Allman, Duane's father, served as a second lieutenant in the United States Army and had previously been an Army non-commissioned officer during World War II. In a tragic turn of events on December 26, 1949, Duane's family faced a profound loss when his father Willis was murdered near Norfolk, Virginia, where the family was stationed at the time. Following this devastating incident, his mother Geraldine, seeking a fresh start and a new career path as an accountant, sent Duane and his younger brother Greg to Castle Heights Military Academy in Lebanon, Tennessee. Despite their strong dislike for the academy, the family persisted. Eventually, in 1957, they relocated to Daytona Beach, Florida, where Duane and Greg attended Seabreeze High School. In 1960, the Allman Brothers received distinctive gifts. Greg got a guitar for Christmas, while Duane acquired a Harley 165 motorcycle. Spending summers in Nashville with their grandmother, Greg began learning guitar basics from a neighbor. Duane, even though left-handed, took an interest in Greg's guitar and played it right-handed, leading to occasional conflicts. However, after Duane wrecked his motorcycle, he traded the parts for his own Silvertone guitar. Eventually in time, their mother would buy Duane a Gibson Les Paul Jr. Whilst in Nashville, the Allman Brothers found musical inspiration at a rhythm and blues concert featuring the legendary B.B. King. Witnessing King's performance, Duane conveyed to Greg, "We got to get into this." Duane rapidly developed his guitar skills and soon surpassed Greg, establishing himself as the superior guitarist in the duo. In 1961, Duane and Greg embarked on their musical journey by participating in or forming various local groups. Duane's dedication to guitar playing led him to leave school, and his early band, the Escorts, even opened for the Beach Boys in 1965. Despite disbanding, some members of the Escorts later formed the Allman Joys. After Greg graduated in 1965, the Allman Joys toured the Southeast and eventually settled in Nashville. Transforming into Hourglass and moving to Los Angeles in early 1967, the band recorded 2 albums, Hourglass and Power of Love, for Liberty Records, facing creative challenges and dissatisfaction. Displeased with Liberty's attempts to market them as a pop band, Hourglass disbanded in early 1968. Duane and Greg explored separate musical paths, engaging in demo sessions and crossing paths with musicians like Dickie Betts and Jimoe. Meanwhile, Duane gained recognition as a session musician, backing up artists such as Wilson Pickett, Aretha Franklin, and King Curtis. In 1968, Duane embarked on a transformative journey into slide guitar playing, triggered by a birthday gift from his brother Greg. In the midst of recovering from a left elbow injury sustained in a fall from a horse, Duane received Taj Mahal's debut album and a bottle of Coricidin cough and cold suppressant pills as a present. Despite lingering tension over the injury, Greg left the gifts on Duane's porch. A few hours later, Duane, intrigued by the sounds of the album, called his brother in excitement, exclaiming, baby brother, get over here now." Duane had repurposed the Coricidin bottle, using it as a slide to play along with Statesboro Blues, a track featuring slide guitar played by Jesse Ed Davis on the recording. Even though Duane had never played slide guitar before, he exhibited a natural aptitude that captivated those around him. "He just picked it up and started burning. He was a natural," recalled Greg. The incorporation of Statesboro Blues into the Allman Brothers Band's repertoire marked a pivotal moment, with Duane's slide guitar becoming an integral and defining element of their distinctive sound. The use of the Coricidin bottle, a relic from the late 60s, early 70s no longer in production, has since become iconic, with slide guitar players seeking replicas for its unique feel and sound. Duane's journey as a session musician began in early 1966 at Nashville's RCA Studio B, a significant chapter preceding his renowned tenure at Muscle Shoals Fame Studios. Producer Tony Moon, seeking a more rock-oriented sound for the Vogue's first album after the success of 5 Feet A Clock World, enlisted Duane, who, at the time, was the house band at the Briar Patch in Nashville with the Allman Joys. Duane's impactful contributions to the 2 Hourglass albums and a 1968 Fame Studios session in Muscle Shoals caught the attention of Rick Hall, Fame's owner. In November 1968, Hall purchased Duane's contract for $10,000, marking a pivotal transition for Duane from studio limitations to a thriving career as a session ace. His exceptional work on Wilson Pickett's Hey Jude earned him recognition, prompting Atlantic Records producer Jerry Wexler to buy Duane's contract and include him in sessions with Atlantic R&B artists. Duane's time at Muscle Shoals saw him contribute to recordings by an array of artists, including Clarence Carter, Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett, and others. Notably, Eric Clapton expressed astonishment at Duane's guitar work on Hey Jude, solidifying Duane's reputation. His prediction to guitarist Jimmy Johnson at the Fillmore East in January 1969, where he envisioned himself on stage within a year, came to fruition in December, as the Allman Brothers Band would perform at the Fillmore East. The Fillmore East performances later culminated in the iconic Allman Brothers album, At Fillmore East, recorded in March 1971, widely considered the band's pinnacle and sharing the bill with Johnny Winter. The formation of the Allman Brothers Band unfolded gradually, as recounted by Duane Allman, very slowly. I was in Muscle Shoals, and I went down to Jacksonville and was jamming with Berry and Dickey. Jimoe came with me from Muscle Shoals, he's originally from Macon. Greg was in California, and Butch was in Jacksonville, where we all got together and jammed for a couple of months, putting together songs and stuff. We just needed a singer, and Greg was the guy. 2 weeks after Greg got back from California, we went up to New York and recorded there. We played live gigs before our first album was released in November of 1969. Emerging as one of the most influential rock groups of the 1970s. In 1971, George Kimball, writing for Rolling Stone, hailed them as the best damn rock and roll band this country has produced in the past 5 years. Following months of relentless rehearsals and performances without Greg, including free shows in Central City Park in Macon and Piedmont Park in Atlanta, all they needed was a singer, organist, and Duane knew exactly who he wanted. When Greg returned from California, the group settled on the band's name and was ready to record. Their debut album, The Allman Brothers Band, was recorded in New York in September 1969 and released shortly after. Amidst extensive touring, the band started work on their second album, Idlewild South, in Macon, Miami, at Atlantic South Criteria Studios, and a bit in New York. Produced mostly by Tom Dowd, Idlewild South was released in August 1970 and marked a significant achievement by entering the Billboard charts. Following a concert in Miami in August, witnessed by Eric Clapton and members of Derek and the Dominos, both bands reconvened at Criteria Studios in Miami, where the Dominos were recording Layla and other assorted love songs. A jam session ensued, and after that, Duane and Clapton spent the entire night sharing and showcasing their favorite guitar licks. The two musicians discovered a profound and instinctive musical connection. Duane actively participated in recording most of the album's tracks, contributing some of his most iconic work. Despite being offered a permanent position with Clapton, Duane chose to remain with the Allman Brothers Band. While he never officially toured with Derek and the Dominos, he did make at least 2 appearances with them in December 1970. The collaboration between Clapton and Duane left an indelible mark, with Clapton later describing Duane as the musical brother I'd never had but wished I did, in his autobiography. The Allman Brothers Band proceeded to record the iconic At Fillmore East in March 1971. Simultaneously, Duane maintained his involvement in session work for various artists, often spontaneously contributing to cash-in-hand recording sessions without receiving formal credits. This practice made it challenging to compile a comprehensive discography of his works, despite the significant impact of his contributions. Duane's guitar style, characterized by melodic, extended, and captivating solos, became synonymous with Southern rock. Influenced by Miles Davis and John Coltrane, he even cited a 2-year intensive listening period to Davis's Kind of Blue. Duane's distinctive electric bottleneck sound not only shaped the Allman Brothers Band's signature sound but also influenced subsequent slide guitarists, such as Dickie Betts, Derek Trucks, Gary Rossington of Lynyrd Skynyrd, and Joe Walsh. Additionally, he played a crucial role in teaching a young Don Felder how to play slide guitar. On a personal level, Duane experienced fatherhood with 2 daughters from different relationships. His first relationship with Patty Chandley led to the birth of a daughter who was born deaf. Later, during a visit to St. Louis, Duane met Donna Roosman, and their relationship resulted in the birth of his second child, Galadriel Allman, in 1969. Galadriel delved into her family's dynamics and the cultural backdrop of the 1960s in her 2014 publication, Please Be With Me, A Song for My Father, offering a reflective tribute to her father, mother, and the times they lived through. On October 29, 1971, tragedy struck as Duane met his untimely demise in a motorcycle crash. This unfortunate incident occurred during a break from touring and recording, shortly after the release and initial success of At Fillmore East. Duane, riding his Harley-Davidson Sportster motorcycle at high speed on Hillcrest Avenue in Macon, faced a sudden obstacle when a flatbed boom truck abruptly stopped in the intersection at Bartlett Street. Forced to swerve sharply, he collided with either the back of the truck or the crane's ball, leading to a devastating crash. Thrown from the motorcycle, Dwayne found himself pinned underneath it as it skidded for another 90 feet. The impact resulted in severe internal injuries, and although he was alive upon reaching the hospital, despite immediate medical attention, he succumbed to massive internal injuries several hours later. The tragic event marked the end of Duane Allman's remarkable musical journey. He was only 24 years old. On Monday, November 1, 1971, Duane Allman's funeral service took place at Snow's Memorial Chapel in Macon, Georgia. The chapel was filled with grieving family and friends, including many musicians who had shared significant moments with Duane. Jerry Wexler, the renowned record producer, delivered a moving eulogy, lauding Duane's musical prowess and his unwavering commitment to Southern gospel, country, and blues genres. Wexler emphasized Duane's standing alongside the great black musicians and blues singers from the South. The band, accompanied by other musicians, performed several tunes during the service, concluding with a poignant group rendition of the Southern spiritual, Will the Circle Be Unbroken, a fitting tribute to a musician who had left an indelible mark on the Southern rock legacy. Tragically, Berry Oakley, the bassist of the Allman Brothers Band, met a fate eerily similar to Duane Allman's less than 13 months after Duane's death. Oakley, too, lost his life in a motorcycle crash at the age of 24, colliding with a city bus just 3 blocks from the location of Allman's fatal accident. The parallel between their untimely deaths was haunting, and Oakley was laid to rest beside Duane in Rose Hill Cemetery in Macon, Georgia, marking a poignant connection between the two bandmates who had shared the stage and, sadly, a similar fate. And there you have it. Duane Allman's legacy lives on through the timeless music he created with the Allman Brothers Band. His innovative guitar work and soulful expressions continue to inspire generations of musicians and fans alike. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this. Take care and bye for now.